We like to think, obviously they work together. They filmed a legendary television show, the Andy Griffith Show. But you know, there's no citation. And I'm a little bothered by that. There's also another sentence here that says, the lapse grew when Knott stated his occupation. Always one that wouldn't appreciate such a shaky person. So someone is adding their original research saying that everybody thought it was really funny when Don Knott said he was an actor or something when he was in a play. I'm going to remove it because it's been waiting for a citation for a very long time, and no one has added it. Delete it. All I did was highlight it and remove it. I'm also going to remove this one. Delete it. Isn't it fun? It really is fun. It's fun, I have to admit. And I'm going to make us edit summary at the bottom here. Removing uncited content. Feel free to return it, to re-add, I'll say, when reliable sources are available. It's always good to cover your ass the best you can, because then Wikipedians know you really know what you're talking about. Show preview. Let's make sure it's really, really gone. Oh, yep, look at that. And I'm sure everything in that entire article needs citations. Look at, there are no citations, but whatever. We're just doing an example. And oh, in a second here, you'll see all this stuff about Don Knotts that people think is true might not necessarily be. And oh, it's gonna be gone in a second. It's slow internet. It's transferring data. There's Don Knotts. Okay, we'll just, in theory, it'll move to the section. And look, it's gone. It's gone. Early rolls. I just removed a bunch of stuff that needed citations because I challenged it. So there's just a couple little things you can do. People will remove your stuff if it's not cited. So always remember that. And if it's not a reliable source, it'll get removed. And you can always add wiki links. All you gotta do is click the edit button. And if you do something wrong, someone's gonna tell you. So I could go on and on and on and on and on. And obviously, if you're going to be here tomorrow, we're going to definitely do some hands-on stuff, and we're going to throw you in tomorrow. You're going to learn how to swim. So I hope this has helped a little bit, just to get a background on how Wikipedia works, and maybe you'll feel bold tonight to play a little bit around on it and think about some subjects you might want to edit tomorrow. We'll also have a to-do list for you guys too. Do we have any questions? Yeah.
Would a single newspaper article be adequate to actually get something posted on there?
You would want to have multiple, I mean, if you want to write about a new subject, they would have to be covered in multiple sources. So one mention, or one has to be more than just one liner. But you'd have to have that subject covered in 2 newspaper articles, or 3 newspaper articles, not just one. Yeah?
So, about the Mother Collie situation, if there's an alternative bookstore that's well cited, can you then do a link to an article written by this author on Mother Collie specifically as a bookstore?
Can you add a link into the article about that book? Or
see, I know alternative bookstores. You must have a wiki link on that.
We probably do. Let's take a look.
Bookstores?
Let's just see alternative bookstores. We might not.
Alternative feminist bookstores.
Okay.
Let's be more specific.
Okay. Well, the internet works slower than me, sadly enough. So, oh, wow. Okay. I don't know what just happened there. Let's say feminist, and there might not be. I don't know. Bookstores. There might not be.
I don't know which way you categorize it.
We don't have a general article about feminist bookstores. That means we probably need one about the history of feminist bookstores. That would be cool, right?
Good list.
But we have a few that are already there. Look at list of Portlandia episodes. That's a classic, right? That's good. I'm surprised there's not an article about the fictional feminist bookstore on Portlandia. Here's an example. This closed in 2012. It was the first lesbian feminist bookstore in the United States. So they claim. That's what the citation says. Wow, it closed. That's sad. But yeah, so obviously we need more coverage about cooperatives.
Amazon.com and one.
Yeah.
I don't know this. Yeah, I don't know that. Yeah, that's
I don't know if that's in there.
No, yeah, I don't, and maybe it does. The cooperative sued Amazon.com over trademark infringement. It is at the bottom there. But even just simply typing feminist bookstore, imagine how many feminist bookstores aren't covered. So if you know of a great book that talks about feminist bookstores, or you know of one missing, and you have a lot of, you have more than just one book, that maybe it's covered in a few other places, you can add it in there. Sadly, every single feminist bookstore and co-op, the zine library I ran in my basement in Indianapolis, Indiana, where only 20 people came, and we hung out and drank and listened to punk rock bands from the Pacific Northwest in the 90s, isn't going to get its own Wikipedia article, no matter how awesome it was. So sadly, that doesn't count. But if you know of a feminist bookstore that was covered, or you have a book about it, and maybe you wrote the book, you can add it down here into, you know, a further reading section. You can add it right down here. Further reading, my book about feminist bookstores. Yeah, did you have a question? Or someone? Oh, okay. I think someone sitting next to you might have had a question.
Yeah.
I'm
No, we need to create our own site.
Yeah.
This is useless.
Sorry. Sorry. I can't help you. I'm sorry. I was reaching up.
As a feminist project,
Mhm.
you need to site where you can actually source things based on
Yeah, if someone
a
can
personal
create.
story.
Yeah, that's the problem. And that's maybe not the problem. Maybe it's just saying that the feminist community needs to get online more and needs to be documenting these things. We need to be documenting these things in our heritage, in our history. And if we're not doing it, we can't just put it on Wikipedia. We need to be writing books. We need to be putting them on websites. There's no reason we shouldn't have feministhistory.org or feministbookstorehistory.org. And that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other class.
Okay.
Who else had a question? Yes, please.
To me, it's not so much a question that how fascinating it is that Wikipedia started by two white male guys are really functioning the way their brain works. And then there are all those rules of neutrality, which is a contradiction in terms with feminism.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to write about feminism in that context, you are fucked.
Yeah. She just said you're fucked if you want to write about feminism. well, hold on one second. If I could just comment on that, and we could get on to this. Again, we could teach a whole class about this stuff, right? But
2 years,
yeah.
minimum.
But it is challenging, and that's, you know, women. One thing, women in general, let's theorize. Oral history, very critical, just like in African American history. Oral history, very important. That's original research, not allowed on Wikipedia. Crap. You know, there are these policies and procedures which you could say academia has put on us, even in the academic world, which was started by a bunch of old white guys, let's say in England or something. And it's a big challenge. That's why we need to try to do our best. Unfortunately, we're not going to smash the system on Wikipedia. All we can do is remember, one, we need to document our history better in the feminist movement. We have to write it all down, and we have to put it on websites, and we also need to try to deal with these dumb policies so we can at least have something on Wikipedia.
So I mean,
She had a question earlier, just listen on that.
I know it sucks, and
No, that's
we're
wonderful.
not completely fucked. We just gotta try to fuck it up instead there. Now my parents will love seeing that. Who else? I know the system isn't perfect.
She's been waiting.
It's more like technical questions,
Yeah.
but when you put the Wiki link in just by putting 2 brackets
Mhm.
around, is there like a crash course on how to do that, or would we be doing that tomorrow, more like the technical?
Well, tomorrow I'm gonna give you guys a to-do list, or you can bring a subject with you, and then you're gonna say, I wanna write about this. And what I'm basically gonna say is, okay, who's really comfortable? Who's done this before? Okay, great. Who hasn't done this before? Okay. And I'm gonna run around like a chicken with my head cut off, getting everybody to do something on Wikipedia. And some of you might want to copy edit, some of you might want to write articles, some of you might just want to watch and see the process unveil. And we might get something done, we might not get a lot done, but we're going to get something done no matter what. And yeah, I mean, there are entire resources. Let's see. Here's a couple resources for you, okay? So get your pens and papers out, your whatnots, and I'll show you again tomorrow. But if you can't join us tomorrow, here's some good resources for you. Wikipedia, WP, so when you see your little search box there, just type in Tea House, WP : Tea House. And in a moment, this comes up. I created this space with 3 other people during my fellowship at Wikimedia. And the Tea House is a friendly place to help new editors become accustomed to Wikipedia's culture, ask questions, and develop relationships with people in the community. So, in theory, this is where I love people to make their first edits. Here you can ask anything about how to edit. as simple as how do you add a wiki link to another article? How do I add citations? Why is this Wikipedian being a jerk? People ask questions like that. And it's a really simple place to get help. And 33% of the people who participate have been women. So it's been working to get more women involved because it's been a community changer. It's been a nicer place than what Wikipedia is always known for. So if you're not going to be around tomorrow and after tomorrow, when you have we've had our 1-year anniversary, very exciting. But when you have a question about editing and you need some help, this is almost the best place to come than trying to find a website or the Wikipedia article on how to edit Wikipedia. It's almost better to just be bold and dive in. And I know it's intimidating to say that, but we've had to do it forever, and we just have to do it. We just have to click that edit button, try our hand at something, and then when we start to not figure it out, we can go ask for help. And tomorrow I'll be able to show you some shortcuts on some things to make your editing experience easier. But when you want to ask a question about how to do anything, oh, you guys don't have the updated version of this. Well, okay, this is the editing space. You could write, hey, I have a question on how to add wiki links. The updated versions of this browser and all of your browsers will have a pop-up box come up on your screen. So sadly, this is not an updated version of whatever browser I'm using here. But you click Ask a Question, and a box comes up, and it says, ask your question here. And all you have to do is fill in 2 little spaces and ask your question, and click Post. And then this web page will refresh, and your question will be up here. And literally within a minute, somebody's going to reply and say, welcome to Wikipedia. Here's how you can do what you want to do. And your answer will be your question will be answered. And in case you forget about it, they'll tell you on your talk page that you asked a question and that we have a response. So if you need help, the Tea House is an awesome place to get help. I'm not just biased because I created it. And then one other resource, and then I'm going to take that question back there, is something that's not on Wikipedia. It's another page a group I started called the Wiki Women's Collaborative. Okay? You just type it into Google. Wiki Women's is one word. Oh, that's not it. So many things, so much internet. You'll see the second link down here. It says Wiki Women's Collaborative Meta. This is a space I created influenced by the women's movement to bring together women to edit Wikipedia together. This shows you all kinds of places. You can make a profile about yourself at the bottom of the page. Look, other women edit Wikipedia, and we have pictures, and we talk about what we like. You can find ways where you can get involved in blogging, in helping us out on Facebook. It's basically a social media community for women who edit Wikipedia. You can find resources on like news stuff. I'm going to be posting all the news coverage we've had. Read articles about other women. Any blogs you write about this week, we'll post it here. And you can also go on Facebook and Twitter. I help run our Facebook. Sorry, I don't know how to use the computer all of a sudden. You click on these purple things, and you're going to get Facebook, which is awesome, and I'll show it to you in a second. And because I run it, you can ask a question on there, and you might, oh my God, you might get a, let's see, a faster answer on here than you might on, I don't know how to use the computer. Let's see. Oh shit, there's my whole password. You can see it right there. Awesome. Let's watch it not work. Yep. I don't even know how. What is my old password? Tells you how often I log into Facebook, right? I'm like constantly logged in. Shit. Hold on. This might be. Well, I created this space on Facebook, and I guess you can't see it if you're not logged in, which is really annoying. So if you don't have a Facebook account, you can't play on it. But I created a place on Facebook where we can hang out, and you can like it, and then you can post messages like, hey, I need help on my article. I'm so confused. And women from around the world will comment and help you. I also have a Twitter account. called the Wiki Women, at Wiki Women. Look, Feminist Wiki Party. Come edit with us tomorrow. Hey. And you can ask questions to it if you're a Twitter user, and I'll reply to you in like a minute or less and show you the place to go. So you can ask on the Tea House, you can ask directly on the Wiki Women's Collab, you can also ask me, there's an underscore, directly, and you can even send me an email. It's my name at Gmail, I will do my best to answer your questions. Just having one connection in the community is really critical to making a happy and healthy Wikipedian. And if I can help you be that connection, I'm really happy to do it. Any other questions? Well, let's got me a hair on the back, because she, yeah.
Yeah, I actually just had a comment that I think that there is something to reliability and validity, though, and there is a lot of bad information on the internet, and there are special interest groups, revisionist history people who put out pages about people like Martin Luther King that, you know, that's not Wikipedia.
The Holocaust is not
and they go and they'll say really negative things, and then like you know, if you're savvy enough, you can like trace back, and it's actually like a alienation page. And so, I mean, while I understand that we want to get our voices heard, everybody wants to get their voices heard, and so there is something to protecting the information that's out there, and so having more than one source and just somebody's story.
And that's why
we're going to put it out there as what is valid and a good source.
And that's one of the challenges. I mean, we do say we're screwed, we're feminists, we're screwed. We're not screwed. We just need to learn how to work the system, which is what we've been doing, you know. And you make a great point. The reason all these policies started isn't because of feminism necessarily, or necessarily, it was a couple of white guys who started writing all this stuff. It's because people started to use it for special interests, and maybe some feminists were involved in that. But think of Aryan nation stuff. Fringe is one of the biggest issues, fringe politics and concerns. When a Tea Party thing explodes, when Sarah Palin, great example, Sarah Palin said, I can see Alaska from my house, they all put it on Wikipedia saying she really can't. And we know damn straight you can't see Wikipedia from your freaking, or you can't see Russia, pardon me, from your house in Alaska. But her friends and followers sure believed it, so they updated her Wikipedia article about it, and all Paul Revere thing. Stupid, you know? So it's sorry, Sarah, but it was a dumb comment. And that's one reason why we do have these strict verifiability policies, these neutral point of view policies, and these reliable source policies. Because again, anybody can say anything, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Even we have some things that we might believe that other people don't. I mean, it's a great point. It's a black and white issue, you know, it's so hard. Yeah. Did you?
Tea House may answer my question, or further study tonight may, or tomorrow may, but will you get to what the difference is between references, citations, further reading, and external links?
We can talk really briefly about that tomorrow, because I'll probably do a quick run-through on the body of what makes up a Wikipedia article. Because I show you these really long articles, but the ones we're probably going to be working on tomorrow are going to be short, because we don't have enough time to do big, epic articles. So I'll definitely be showing you the body of an article, because there is a difference. There's references, there's citations. I'll just show you a short article I've written. Just, well, to me this is short. But this is just a quick, I wrote this in an hour about a businesswoman from Singapore. But yeah, I mean, the length of the content we'll be writing tomorrow collaboratively will be about this size, or not, if not smaller. So don't be intimidated about what we're going to be doing tomorrow. It won't be epic. It'll end up being epic no matter what.
We should probably wrap up. And
we gotta
people who have other questions, if you if you can come tomorrow, we're going to be in 141 Allen Hall from 1 to 4 o'clock. We hope to see a lot of your faces there as we get into the nitty gritty. And thank you so much, Sarah. That was
God, sorry that People keep asking me what's the best resource on how to learn how to edit Wikipedia, and I'm like, I don't even know one. There isn't a good website. There isn't a good book. There isn't a good, I mean, there are a couple books, but they're this thick. And just jumping in is the best thing you can do, and knowing where you can find help. And hopefully I gave you a little bit of background on why it's important we do this, and it's challenging, but we can do it. So we can edit.
The paper says that will be live streamed.
Yeah, so I'm managing the live streaming, and there was a portion lost today, but internet was interrupted, but
tomorrow's going to be live stream.
Or we're not?
I don't think we're live streaming tomorrow because it's a workshop.
We'll be tweeting tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you won't be live streaming tomorrow.
No, I think it was very important that you can be very intimidating. I don't know how to start. I hope. Thanks for asking questions and stuff.
I wanted to ask questions. I'm sorry that more people from my department didn't come.
I didn't know. I think it was great. So now you have to go back and educate them.
I'm actually from Wiki, which is in computer science at the University of Oregon. So we really had a question about the engineer team at Wikipedia. Because I know that a lot of companies are not. There are not a lot of women that are in that are doing software at companies. So I'm curious about show you.
I'll show you on here.
Because think about it. It's not just it was created by men in terms of platforms.
Well, and that's one reason why it's really important to have she designed it too. And yeah, I've heard that makes them do the same.
That's what I started doing.
So if we go to Wikipedia page, always hiring, and you have to click different stuff. This is the guy who so some of these people don't have photos. Zoom It Up is basically, if you want to be a volunteer in the community, she's she's great. She's a feminist, she's on the board of the Great Initiative Committee. So these are the engineers. Some of these people are guys, there's Katie. She, when you see the fundraiser on Wikipedia, Katie Warren Village. She's the one who helped us raise $40 million in 2 weeks. So there's that, right? These are still dudes. And we do have actually we can have a lot. It's still it's a good place to live.
Yeah, I know.
There's Leslie, she's the operations engineer. So Wikipedia has a meltdown. She fixed the air.
As you can see, my major interest was numbers.
Yeah, we studied
Computer science.
Are you familiar with the ADA initiative? So you need to get involved and maybe apply to come to ADA camp. I spell initiative wrong every time.
I love it. I just think so.
So the ADA initiative is for anyone. You don't have to just be in the open source. It's mainly open source stuff and open culture. But we write policies for conferences. Friendly spirit. We have a big conference called ADA Camp twice a year, which is life-changing experience for us. It's everything from one of the sessions like how to kill your boss and take his job to how do I get to the day when I'm feeling so check out the ADA initiative and check out how you can